everybody, this is Hammer Striker here. Today I've got another member of the Walther PPQ family. This is the Walther PPQ M2, chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson. It's physically identical to the 9mm and handles roughly the same, other than of course some differences based on the recoil of this particular cartridge. So let me pick it up and show you a few things about it. We'll start off by of course showing that it is unloaded. The Walther PPQ line of pistols is very similar to some Glocks and some of the Springfield Armories in that they cover multiple calibers and operate roughly identically and are fairly close in size. It is a striker-fired weapon. It is drop safe. There are no external safeties. It does have an extended slide release that makes it very easy to get it with your thumb, even if you don't have really long fingers and thumbs. And one of the characteristics of the M2 series, of course, is the push-button mag release, which can be reversed. They give you the little piece to reverse it with the gun, so it can easily reverse, but it's not ambidextrous as delivered. Similar to the Glocks, it has the split trigger, which is part of the drop safety mechanism. And it has very nice 3-dot sights. They're very easy to see, they're very clear, easy to pick up. These are standard sights, they're not night sights. This particular set is adjustable. I've got an adjusting screw right here that allows me to drift adjust it for windage by just turning the screw. And the sights are dovetailed, as you can see, so you can pop the sights out and replace them. The front sight is pinned, but there's a bolt underneath it that allows you to remove the front sight and replace it if you should see fit. And it does have a Picatinny rail. So this gun has many of the features you've come to expect today in guns of this category, including even the replaceable back straps that are very well integrated. And they come with it. You have a choice of 3 that you can pop out. There's a pin right here. You pop this pin out with a punch. Back strap comes off relatively easily. Push the pin back in and you can adjust the grip. The ergonomics of the grip is very good. It's very comfortable to hold. It's contoured nicely, gives you good finger grips. And the stippling is aggressive enough that you have a good solid grip on it. It's not going to slip out of your hands, but it doesn't bite into your skin, pinch you, or in any way be unpleasant. This gun fires very well. It has an awesome trigger, which I'll show you in a minute, and it's well designed, which you can see when I take it apart. The one criticism I might have of this gun in 40 Smith & Wesson is 40 Smith & Wesson is known to have a somewhat unpleasant, kind of sharp, twisty recoil. With this particular gun, you do get a little more of that recoil passed back into your hand than some of the others, but it's not excessive. It's just slightly more noticeable. It's a little more of a, when you fire it, a little bit of a punch into the meaty part of your thumb. But overall, you do find it very easy to get quick follow-up shots, get back on target, and even after a couple hundred rounds, you don't feel that your hand is hurting. So let me start by showing you the trigger. So again, you check that it's unloaded. What you're going to find with all of the guns in the PPQ series is minimal take-up, right there, a short, exceptionally light break, and then an extremely short reset right there. And that would be all the way back out. So again, we've got some take-up, a short, crisp break, very short recoil, and once you're on the reset, you've got a very short break to fire again. It's an exceptional trigger. Very few guns even come close to the trigger on the PPQ series. And one of the things I've found is between the 9, the 40, and the 45, the trigger is identical. So they've done a very good job of keeping that trigger consistency, kind of like Glock has, throughout the line of guns. Disassembly for maintenance on this is easy as many of the others. Point in the safe direction, show clear, pull the trigger, pull down in these two little tangs right here, and the slide pops right off. I'll set the frame aside for the moment, and we'll look at the slide and some of the characteristics of the slide. It does have a captive recoil spring. It's a flat wafer spring, which is a little different than many of the others, but it functions quite well. It's easy to get in and out of there, and it's very solid and well built. It is a plastic guide rod, a polymer guide rod. The barrel is a 4.1 inch barrel with standard rifling. You can see it's very well constructed, smooth, there's no burrs or anything on it. The factory polished feed ramp, we didn't do this, it came from the factory like that. A very nicely polished feed ramp. It's a very well constructed solid barrel, pretty much similar to all the other striker barrels you're used to as far as the overall functional design. The slide itself is smooth, well machined, there's no burrs, and one of the things I like about this slide is there's not a lot of extra cutouts and dips and valleys in here for things to collect in when you're cleaning it. All the surfaces are smooth and raised, so it's easy to get in there and clean it and maintain it even up at the front of it. Nice, clean, well machined guides. And here, right here, in front of my finger, is the striker block, part of the drop safety mechanism. This is disengaged automatically by a spur on the trigger bar as you're pulling the trigger. And at the back you have the sear. So what you've got is a very drop safe weapon with a nice trigger and well cleaned, well machined. On the frame, it is polymer frame, but it has steel inserts at the front for the front guides. They're a little bit short, but they're well constructed. And though they may look like polymer at the back, you have steel at the back right here for the guides. It's kind of hard to tell that they're steel looking at them because they blend in with the plastic, polymer, or the rest of the frame, but the rear guides are steel. And right here we've got the spur on the trigger bar, these two spurs that are involved in the drop safety mechanism. So it's a very clean, well-defined, well-manufactured frame. And it's very robust and solid. It's not heavy, but when you can feel it, it's really robust and solid. It's a well-constructed gun. Reassembly is exceptionally easy. Take the slide, drop the barrel in place. The blue plastic piece faces you, or faces away from the muzzle end. And it just fits right into a half moon shape on the barrel and just drops right in place. You can give it a little squeeze to make sure it's in place, but it really just easily drops into place. Take the frame, line up the guides, and you're back in business. Very easy to maintain and disassemble for cleaning and maintenance. At the range we had a very good time shooting this. It was very pleasant to shoot. It was easy to shoot well, easy to get back on target. And with the factory capacity in the factory flush magazine that comes with it of 11, plus of course one in the pipe, and this pinky extender / magazine extender, and this came with the gun as well, it's basically the same magazine frame as the other one, but it gives you +1 capacity in the base plate and gives you a pinky extender, which does integrate well with the frame. Now this is kind of a full-size gun, so most people will get a full 3-finger grip on the factory grip, but if you've got larger hands, your grip can extend down to the pinky extender, and it is contoured in with the grip, so it's actually useful as a pinky extender, in addition to giving you that extra round of capacity. Overall, like the other guns in the PPQ series, it's an exceptional gun. I recommend this to anybody if you're looking for a .40 Smith & Wesson. Unless you're recoil sensitive, this would be a perfect choice for you. If you're recoil sensitive, then you might want to look at 9 or 45, or there are a couple of other guns like the Glocks and the Springfield Armory XDM series that do a slightly better job of taming the unpleasant recoil of a .40. But you won't find the recoil on this to be excessive, so it is definitely worth giving it a look. Hang on for some more range footage. If you like our videos, please give us a thumbs up, share, subscribe. Have a great day. Thank you.